And Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Ranking Member. Sorry, I'm coming in a little hot. I was in the chair over at Agriculture, and you can't just walk out in the middle of a hearing if you're running it, as you well know, sir. But this is a fascinating topic for me. I want to thank our witnesses. I thought your pre-filed testimony was excellent. This is a big, big problem, and I'm not sure America is paying anywhere near enough attention, and I think you coaching us about the very real way in giving the Chinese Communist Party leverage over so many pieces of critical American infrastructure is a big problem. Even with just something like LiDAR, this is not a technology that most of America understands, and yet it is giving the Chinese Communist Party eyes into how almost everything important in America connects together and is mapped. Just think about how much leverage that gives the PRC in times of conflict with our country. And so that's why I've introduced legislation that would just make it clear the Department of Transportation is not going to be sending our taxpayer dollars toward Chinese LiDAR. I want to start with you, ma'am. I want to thank FDD Action for endorsing my bill. I think that is helpful rocket fuel to make sure that we continue to build momentum. Talk a little bit more about the legislation. Are we headed in the right direction?
I think we are headed in the right direction, and I appreciate that you see the value in raising the temperature around all of this. A couple thoughts coming to mind as you were speaking, and it has to do with China and how they're viewing our action or inaction. The CCP is betting that we won't strike back, that we will not take a comprehensive approach to protecting our markets. Tariffs are sending a different message. That's good, but we know we need to do more. The CCP is betting that Europe won't take action, that they won't get their act together. And they're also betting that Mexico will eventually become a base of operation and potentially a backdoor, maybe through components and parts, maybe more. So we really need to do a better job of conveying what it is that our economic adversary thinks we're capable of and not capable of, and what our counter to that needs to be, what our strategy needs to be. So I think anything that we can do to both highlight these risks and point out where there are opportunities to move away from Chinese technology, to move away from ownership structures that are too onerous and give control to the wrong people, and coordinated use of import and tariff type barriers. All of that needs to work in concert. Thank you.
So let's get a little bit more specific. You talked about the need for a comprehensive approach. So of course, pass Dusty's bill, that's great. So many people on this committee have been supportive of that, and I'm grateful. But what else? I mean, you talked in generalities there a little bit at the end. Are there particular pieces of legislation or particular tactical moves that this committee should be focused on right now?
Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about the importance of the connected vehicle rule, which I think all of us agree needs to be enforced and codified. I would also suggest that we take that concept and apply it more broadly to the automotive supply chain. Wherever there are supply chain vulnerabilities, we need to look more broadly. Connected vehicles is an absolutely critical piece of this puzzle, but it's not the only piece. And the reason why this regulation is particularly important is because of what it does to shift the market dynamics. For example, companies that might think twice about Chinese ownership or might look to divest of Chinese ownership in order to meet the requirements of the connected vehicle rule. Supply chain shifts for the same reason. We need to use the regulatory framework to incentivize the market shifts, because ultimately these supply chains are owned by the private sector and they make decisions based on a business case.
Mr. Chairman, I would close by saying this. I cannot believe we are going to do this again. Before coming to Congress, I was in the telecommunications sector, and there were so many instances in which we made a mistake by allowing Huawei to create massive American vulnerabilities throughout the telecommunications regime. We all figured it out together on a bipartisan basis. We embarked on a billion and billion dollar rip and replace voyage, which we are still not completely done with. And yet here we are in so many areas, whether it is the software that runs ports or the LiDAR that is running so many different parts of our transportation infrastructure. We need to shut the barn door before all of the damn cattle are out. And with that, I would yield back.